Both teams were beating in the back. Guys was ready to fight. We had to hold people back like it.
LeBron James has faced many formidable opponents over his illustrious career, but one team stands above the rest in terms of pure rivalry and history: the Boston Celtics. Over the years, LeBron has experienced it all with the Celtics: heartbreaking losses, unforgettable game winners, and even 40-point triple-doubles. The Celtics have been the foil to his greatness, pushing him to his limits, testing his resolve, and fueling his desire for redemption. As of 2024, LeBron has played in 54 playoff series, spanning 287 playoff games, facing 24 different teams, but none have matched the significance and drama of his battles against the Celtics. Here's the complete history of LeBron James and the Boston Celtics. The beginning: a rising star and a resentful rival, LeBron James entered the NBA in 2003, immediately making a splash as the top pick in the draft. At that time, both the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics were struggling to find their footing. The Cavs missed the playoffs in LeBron's first 2 seasons, while the Celtics, led by Paul Pierce, only managed to squeeze out 2 first-round exits during the same period. Despite their lack of postseason success, a rivalry between LeBron and the Celtics began to brew early on, especially with Pierce, who was seen as one of the best small forwards in the Eastern Conference. Pierce, who had made a name for himself in the league, quickly developed a distaste for the media attention surrounding LeBron, calling him a threat to his status. The two stars had a memorable clash in 2004, with LeBron scoring just 10 points to Pierce's 19 in their first matchup in Boston. However, LeBron would soon make his mark, erupting for a career-high 37 points in a game against the Celtics in Cleveland. Despite LeBron's rise, Pierce would best him with 41 points in a thrilling matchup, adding fuel to the fire. The trash talk between the two began to intensify, with Pierce telling LeBron in a 2004 preseason game, "I'll drop 50 on you," in reference to their budding rivalry. Tensions boiled over later that season when the two nearly fought in the locker room after a heated on-court exchange. By 2006, Pierce had dropped 50 points in a double overtime game against LeBron, becoming the first Celtic since Larry Bird to do so. While LeBron posted 43 points in the same game, the Cavs still managed to get the win, but this was only the beginning of a fierce rivalry that would define LeBron's early career. 2008 playoff clash, the Battle of the Big Three. In 2008, the long-awaited playoff meeting between LeBron and the Celtics finally happened. But it was a different Boston team than LeBron had faced before. The Celtics had added Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen to Pierce, forming the Big Three and immediately becoming one of the most formidable teams in the league. The Cavaliers, meanwhile, were still in the early stages of building around LeBron, and this series would be a true test of his greatness. The series itself was a grind, with both teams defending their home courts and limiting scoring opportunities. LeBron exploded with 35 points in a pivotal Game 5, but it wasn't enough, as Pierce's 29-point performance helped the Celtics take a 3-2 series lead. LeBron would respond in Game 6 with a stellar 32-point, 12-rebound effort, forcing the series to a Game 7. The showdown in Boston was nothing short of legendary, with LeBron and Pierce going back and forth in an incredible display of offensive firepower. LeBron finished with 45 points, nearly half of Cleveland's total, but it wasn't enough to overcome Pierce's 41 points. The Celtics edged out the Cavaliers in a game that would ultimately propel them to an NBA championship. 2010, the ultimate heartbreak. In 2010, the Cavaliers and Celtics met again in the Eastern Conference semifinals. The Big Three, now a year older, had shown some signs of aging, but they were still a powerful force. This time, however, Boston had a new strategy for dealing with LeBron. They would have Paul Pierce act as the primary defender on him. Despite LeBron's dominant play, averaging 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists in the series, the Cavaliers' supporting cast couldn't keep up. In Game 6, despite LeBron posting an incredible triple-double, 27 points, 19 rebounds, and 10 assists, the Cavs fell short, and the Celtics sent LeBron packing once again, the image of LeBron leaving the court in defeat. taking off his jersey as he exited the arena, became one of the most symbolic moments of his early career. It was clear that LeBron was at a crossroads, and that summer, he made the life-changing decision that would alter the course of his legacy. The decision, LeBron's shift to Miami, Indiana the summer of 2010. LeBron made the controversial decision to leave Cleveland and join the Miami Heat, where he would team up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. The move was widely criticized, but it was also seen as LeBron's attempt to build a super team capable of finally getting over the hump and winning championships. In his first season with the Heat, LeBron and his new teammates faced the Celtics once again in the playoffs. But this time, the outcome was different. The Heat dispatched the Celtics in 5 games, with LeBron finally overcoming his old nemesis. The Celtics' Big Three, now aging, couldn't keep up with the new-look Miami Heat. It seemed as though LeBron had finally solved the Celtics' puzzle, and their dominance in the Eastern Conference was over. However, the road to redemption was not complete. In 2011, LeBron and the Heat faced the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals and suffered a stunning defeat, tarnishing his reputation as a winner. The Celtics, who had once again been eliminated by Miami, were no longer the team standing in LeBron's way, at least for the time being. 2012, a defining performance. LeBron's quest for a championship would take another dramatic turn in 2012 when the Heat faced the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals once again. This time, the Celtics were led by their aging Big Three and a surprising performance from their younger stars, especially Paul Pierce, who hit a clutch three-pointer over LeBron in Game 5 to give Boston a 3-2 series lead. The narrative surrounding LeBron was one of doubt and criticism, with commentators like Skip Bayless questioning his ability to win the Big One. LeBron was told he lacked the killer instinct that made players like Michael Jordan great. In the face of this pressure, LeBron delivered a performance that would go down as one of the greatest in NBA history. In Game 6, he posted 45 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists, single-handedly dismantling the Celtics. He didn't just beat the Celtics, he obliterated them. LeBron followed it up with another dominant performance in Game 7, scoring 31 points and pulling down 12 rebounds to close out the series and silence the doubters. The Heat would go on to win the championship that year, and LeBron's legacy began to shift from one of promise to one of achievement. 2014, the Celtics fade, but the rivalry continues. By 2014, the Celtics had gone through a significant roster overhaul. The Big Three had aged, and Boston had started rebuilding with a focus on youth. LeBron's relationship with the Celtics was now in the rearview mirror, but their history was far from forgotten. When LeBron returned to Cleveland in 2014, the Cavaliers quickly rose to prominence, and the Celtics, though in rebuilding mode, still posed a formidable challenge. In their first meeting in the playoffs since LeBron's return to Cleveland, the Cavs made quick work of the Celtics, sweeping them in 4 games. LeBron's dominance was clear, and it seemed as though the Celtics had finally been relegated to the past. Yet, the emergence of young stars like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum in the coming years would reignite the Celtics' competitive edge. 2017 and 2018, the new Celtics challenge. In 2017, the Celtics, led by Isaiah Thomas and a rising Jaylen Brown, made a surprising run to the top of the Eastern Conference, finishing with the number 1 seed. They faced LeBron and the Cavs in the conference finals once again, and this time, they proved to be a tough challenge. After 3 games, the Celtics held a 2-1 lead, but LeBron quickly put the Celtics' hopes to rest with 2 blowout wins. The Cavs advanced to the finals, but it was clear that Boston had become a serious contender once again. The 2018 playoffs were even more intense. After Kyrie Irving's injury and the departure of Isaiah Thomas, the Celtics' young stars, Tatum and Brown, emerged as legitimate playoff threats. The Celtics and Cavs once again met in the Eastern Conference Finals, and the series proved to be one of the most intense of their rivalry. LeBron, despite a lackluster supporting cast, delivered another of his legendary performances, including a 46-point, 11-rebound, and 9-assist effort in Game 6. And a 35-point, 15-rebound performance in Game 7, to push the Cavs back to the finals. Conclusion: The king of the Garden, LeBron James' playoff battles against the Boston Celtics have defined his career. From heartbreaking defeats to triumphant comebacks, each series with the Celtics has shaped his legacy. With a 25-6 playoff record against the Celtics and numerous 40-point games in TD Garden, LeBron has cemented himself as Boston's greatest postseason adversary. If the Celtics and Lakers meet in the 2025 NBA Finals, the rivalry could add yet another chapter in the storied history of LeBron versus Boston. LeBron's time against the Celtics may have been filled with challenges, but it is also marked by growth, redemption, and, ultimately, success. It is a rivalry that will be remembered as one of the greatest in basketball history.